In a bid to enhance food security for efficient food production, the federal government says it is committed to boosting the agricultural sector through the development of efficient irrigation systems that will provide jobs and encourage large-scale farming. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation Joseph Utsiv said this during a facility tour of the Middle Ogun Irrigation Project in Iseyin Town, Oyo State. Our reporter has more.
The Middle Ogun Irrigation Project, located in Iseyin local government area of Oyo State, was conceptualized in 1990 to cultivate an initial 12,000 hectares of irrigable land, with the Keregoj Dam serving as its primary water source. However, the project's progress was halted in 2015 due to funding constraints for its construction. Despite this setback, contractors successfully installed a diesel engine pump, which eventually became unsustainable due to the continuous rise in fuel costs.
When the farmers started, this generator, one of them is gulping almost 200 liters per hour. So it was not sustainable for them. So the farmer complained that they cannot continue with the project because of the escalation of diesel.
In 2021, the federal government approved the solarization of the center pivot irrigation units and its connection to the national grid, which is now being inspected.
For the solarization, we're almost about 80% completed. So today we are here to see how we can do the remaining procurement process to complete this process so that this particular project will be enhanced. And a lot of people, about 8,000 women and youths, we have direct jobs, and millions of indirect jobs will be put into use. And by doing this, we can create jobs and enhance the economy of this country.
Farmers in the area commended the federal government for their efforts, but emphasized that more needs to be done to boost their productivity.
The little effort the federal government have made for us, they have been able to provide little irrigation material that can cover maybe little acreage of land very near the river. So, but we are hoping that very soon this gigantic irrigation project, which has started about 3 or 4 years ago, will be completed by the administration of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The solarization of this irrigation project will not only reduce operational costs, but also increase efficiency and crop yields for farmers. Oladio Yewole, TVC News, Iseyin, Oyo State.
Now turn attention to the nation's capital, where the National Civil Society of Nigeria has asked SERAP to provide proof to substantiate its claims that its office was invaded by operatives of the DSS. They say a routine visit by the DSS to the office of SERAP cannot translate to intimidation, invasion, and harassment. Celestine Area reports.
On 9 September, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project tweeted via their social media handle on X that their office in Abuja had been unlawfully occupied by operatives of the DSS. The operatives were said to be demanding their directors. This story made headlines on various social media platforms. SERAP had claimed that the alleged invasion of its office was due to their call on Mr. President to direct the NNPC Limited to revise the pump price of petrol and to ensure the prompt and thorough investigation of alleged corruption and mismanagement in the NNPC Limited. Reacting to this, the Department of State Services say the alleged invasion was on armed personnel of the service on routine investigation. Now, a civil society organization is asking SERAP to produce evidence of the said incident.
They told us that the secretary of SERAP was met at the office, and they have a fantastic conversation. In short, the secretary called one of the directors of SERAP on phone. They spoke on phone, they introduced themselves, they were just a desk officer in charge of NGO. We heard about a leadership change in the organization. We need to integrate ourselves with the leadership and everything. That is all. They exchanged contacts. And the secretary see up the DSS officer to the gate. No single officers was mentioned in SERAP that they are looking for.
yes, people have their views. And when you look at SERAP also, they may also have their views. But we are saying there shouldn't be always a fighting ground between DSS and the civil society community. There should always be dialogue.
Our fact findings showed to us that that did not happen. If you are a civil society operator here with organized office, you will know and agree with us that it's a routine official meetings.
The DSS had assured Nigerians that its visit was for official inquiries and liaison, and which does not in any way amount to illegality or raid. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Elsewhere, the Medical and Health Workers Union Lagos State Council has held its delegates conference to put in place a new leadership. On the sidelines, executives of the union presented a catalogue of issues challenging the state's health sector and the solutions they believe will effect changes. Senior correspondent Jacqueline Ogo reports.
The nation's health sector has been battling under successive governments to be free from diverse challenges, which Nigerians maintain must be adequately addressed. At the Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, Lagos State Council Delegates Conference, the brain drain syndrome was presented as a major challenge on the list.
We are facing more challenges in terms of worker strength. People who are working, they are falling sick because instead of a job that about 7 people should do, 2 persons are doing it.
The pressure is so much, so we require that governments look at the possibility of routine employment to feed the short manpower.
Due to the current dictates of the nation's economy, the medical and health workers are asking for full implementation of the minimum wage and steady payment of other welfare packages for them to be able to take care of their families.
Motivation to the health workers is very, very key. And how are these done? The traditional implementation of health salary scale also needed to be revisited by the federal government.
The union is asked the Lagos State government to maintain a listening ear for synergy in the health sector.
Though we still have challenges, but our requests are being met by state by state. I must commend our governor for that.
Delegates to the conference voted in Adelaja Gbadamosi as chairman and Akindele Damola as vice chairman. As members of the Medical and Health Workers Union set the stage for a new leadership, they are also asking the government to set the stage for ceaseless improvement of their welfare to ensure there isn't intermittent disruption of their services. Jacqueline Ogo, TVC News, Lagos.
Now, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs have commenced oversight on local government areas in the state. The exercise is expected to last 4 weeks. Abimbola Agbebi has more.
It's the first day of a month-long exercise. Lagos Assembly Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs is out to carry out its constitutional duty, which is to look through the books of the council heads as well as see how they're faring. Chairman of the committee, Abdulganiyu Okonlawon, stated that the exercise also aims to ensure public accountability as it relates to the use of budget resources to achieve the performance targets that have been set.
We were conducted around to see some of their projects. What I found iconic is the multipurpose event hall. It's a very beautiful project to the site. It will occupy over 1,000, people, and you hardly can find things like that in other local governments.
The committee kicked off its assignment at Agege and Orili Agege council areas, where they took a tour of both facilities. The lawmakers seemed impressed with some of the projects carried out in the local government, which include the introduction of more security personnel to secure the community.
What I'm saying here, it shows that as from the federal government, as they are releasing the money to the local government, they are using it judiciously. And I will continue to implore them to continue to use the money judiciously. Most especially the chairman of Orile Agege local government is a welfarist. So a lot of things we have heard about him in respect of his, in respect of what he is doing to the people of Orile Agege when it comes to welfare.
We have to give in to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he's so determined to return the power back to local government by giving the local government in Nigeria, I'm not particularly about Lagos State, in Nigeria the autonomy. Without the consent, without the support of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, we wouldn't have done what we have done so far.
Other places visited were Ifako, Ijayi, Ojokoro and Ojudu local government areas. The lawmakers are confident that this exercise will not only keep the council chairmen on their toes, but also ensure that residents of the state enjoy good governance. Abimbola, TVC News, Lagos.
Still ahead on TVC News at 1.